Hello, hello, hello. You are tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's topic, we are recapping the Lamar Jackson exclusive interview. Now, here's the thing, right? I want to say like this, because you guys got to watch the content. I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everybody that's been retweeting it, liking the clips. It was an amazing opportunity and an amazing, memorable moment that will never, and I mean never, I'll never forget. Ing Raven will never forget. Shout outs to Ing Raven. Listen, man, that's my guy. You know what I mean? A lot of times people don't realize, he is the A side. You know what I mean? When you're dealing with other people, he doesn't make you feel like it. I was real happy that he could be there along the way, and we got to share a moment that we'll never forget together. And I think more than anything else, that's what matters. But for your viewing pleasure, I'm gonna break down everything that happened at this place for the full recap. And shout outs to Ing. I saw him do his recap, and I was so humbled by all the love and stuff he was giving me. And I'm gonna break it down from my perspective, and we're gonna get going now. So pretty much, I'm gonna let y'all know how this happened. Lamar, me and him have been DMing a lot. Up until that had ever happened on the Twitter, where I said, "Hey, do you mind if I shoot a video or a episode at your restaurant?" And he was always cool. We would talk on there sometimes, and a lot of times that's where I was getting my information for you guys. I was getting it from the source. And, I even remember when he had, there was a moment where when he had said what he had said, saying, "I want to trade," and he's like, "Man, I just got to do what I got to do for me." And I said, "Look, I support that. I hope Baltimore is." And I told you guys, I thought it was for business. But he was willing to put feelings aside in the name of his business. So that's what was going on even before this had ever happened. So we were, getting more accustomed to each other. And I thought it would be funny. You know what I mean? I thought it would be Nitro-like to hit him up in front of everyone, like, "Hey, I would love to shoot an episode there." And Lamar, in the most Lamar fashion, said, "Hey, as long as you're buying a plate." So, me now, I'm like, "Well, you don't got to tell me nothing no more. Shoot, I'll buy 2-3 plates and be shooting the episode there." And he showed love. He put a heart emoji under it, and he said, "All right, cool, come." And I was like, "Hey, yo!" Bro, I was so hyped. I was like, "Yes." "Yes." I was so on cloud nine. And I told my wife's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I could come." She's like, "You can't sit on this. Get your butt down there." And I was like, "Okay." And I remember because Ing was the one that hit me up because I was doing something with my daughter. And Ing was the one that hit me up and said, "Hey, Lamar responded to you on Twitter." So I was just like, "Hey, you said you live close down there, right?" And Ing was like, yeah. I've been there. He's actually eaten there multiple times before it. So I was like, "All right, would you like to do the episode with me there?" Right? So this is where my mindset's going now. I'm like, okay, I'm not expecting Lamar Jackson to be there. I'm not expecting Lamar to be there at all. I'm just happy that I could shoot an episode there. Ing could shoot an episode there. Well, at first it was just me. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, okay, I want to make the best episode possible. And I'm like, hold on. I'm cool with Ing. Me and Ing's becoming closer and closer. He lives close. He's been there before. He's an upstanding dude. What if me and Ing teamed up on this? And I swear, I don't regret it for a second. Ing was like, "Oh, hey, I'll be there." And we just worked it out, ended up meeting up there, and we're just, going out, we're sitting there, we're talking to one of the young ladies that work there, and we're telling her, "Oh, we're here to shoot. Now, rewind that real quick. I got there first. And the young lady at the cash register, I said, hello, my name is, such and such. And I'm here to shoot an episode of my podcast. And she looked at me and she said, who gave you permission to do that? And I was like, Mr. Jackson. And she looks at me dead square in my face. She said, hold on. And I didn't know what she was doing. I just, turned my back a little bit, said, okay, I'll just, wait here, just waiting, because mind you, I got to drive there, which is a 3-hour drive from where I'm at. So it's not a short thing, you know what I mean? A short distance at all. And I'm there waiting, and she comes back with a phone in her hand. And she goes, what'd you say your name was again? Now, mind you, I gave them my government name. So I was like, Lamar doesn't know my government name. My name is Nitro from the Wunderkind Show. And I thought I kind of heard someone say, oh, yeah, that's cool, my peoples. And I mind you, I just heard that. And I'm like, okay, so whoever she's talking to is giving me clearance. I didn't know it was Lamar that she called directly. So, whatever, Ing comes in after. Ing's like, hey, what's good, bro? Ing is cool cool, like ice cool. Walks in smoothly. It was good, bro. I'm like, hey, we finally get to be face to face. You know what I'm saying? Dapping each other up, showing nothing but love. And after a little while, we start getting the equipment out. People are sitting there eating. They're watching us. So it's like, oh, this is kind of nerve-wracking, And me and Ing, come together, put together this amazing show. And the audio did not go on the first video. And I sat there with the hurt in my eyes and pain in my heart like, I was hurt. Bro, I was sitting there like, yo, this cannot be happening. And I was like, Ing, credit to Ing. He was calm. Now, mind you, I'm a little more, jumpy because I'm a smaller channel. Everybody knows this. I'm trying to earn my rep. I'm trying to build this platform. So I want everything to be perfect. Ing is cool as ice. He looks at me and he goes, look, it's all right. We're going to do it again. No problem. You drove all this way down here. We're going to get it right. I looked at him and I said, oh, man. Because I'm not going to lie to you. The first episode to me was so much more organic. You know what I mean? Because it's just things happening and people are watching us and they're actually talking in the background, like answering our questions while we're talking, when we're having the episode. So it just felt more, you know what I mean, in my eyes. So Ing was like, look, man, it happens. And I was like, oh, you went through it? He's like, yes, multiple times actually. And I looked at him and I said, seriously? He was like, yeah. I was like, all right. So he kind of calmed me down. And I was like, all right, we're going to shoot it again. And I'll show you how crazy, because I'm going to give, I think God had his hand in this wholeheartedly. So Ing's like, hey, things happen for a reason. And who knows, this might work out in our favor that we messed up the first time. And did it ever? Because we shoot the second episode, right? We go through everything. We check the audio. After it, we check the audio again. After we make sure that he has it, I have it, the whole nine. And then we start slowly, we sit there, we're eating stuff, and then we finish and we're like, you know what? All right, it's time to go. I start packing up the stuff. And you know what I heard? I go, zzz, zzz, and I look at my phone, and it's Lamar. And I said, okay. And Ing went to the bathroom during this situation. He's like, yo, because mind you, we're all packed up. We're ready to go. And he's like, yo, I'm going to use the bathroom before we get on the road. All right, no problem. Go ahead. So Ing goes to the bathroom. Phone goes off. It's Lamar. And he's like, man, I wanted to be there. And I said, yeah, we just finished. We're getting ready to leave. He's like, I was like, hey, if we'll wait if you're willing to come through. I'd love to meet you. So Lamar was like, all right, I'm on my way. So I swear, it comes out the bathroom like, humming, drying his hand, you know what I'm saying? All right, man, you ready to go? And I'm just staring at him. And he's like, what's wrong? I'm like, Lamar just hit me up. And he was just like, oh, what did he say? He said, he's on his way here. And Ing looked at me and said, oh, well, you don't got to tell us twice. That means we're staying. Yo, Ing was like, well, you know what that means? That means we're not going nowhere. And I was like, well, you're right. And we sat there, and Lamar actually had vehicle difficulty. Tire busted on his way to coming to see us. That's how crazy that whole thing was. Tire busted. So we're there waiting for like 2 hours. And I'm waiting for him to hit me back. He doesn't hit me back. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe he just forgot. Maybe we're just being nice. Mind you, because he's a busy man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not mad either way. I got a great episode done with Ing Raven. Me and Ing Raven still hype off of it. I'm like, all right, I'm exhausted. I am absolutely exhausted. Because mind you, I'm already, you know what I'm saying? I left my house from real early. You know what I'm saying? I actually had to drop a family member down there for my wife's grandfather down more, and then make my way to come to the venue. So you're killing 2 birds, 1 stone. You know what I mean? So I'm exhausted. And he's like, bro, just hold out. You know what I'm saying? I know you're tired, but you waited all this time. You might as well. This is what Ing is telling me. So I'm like, all right, we're going to wait. And I lie to you not. Ing sits back like this, and he's looking at the TV. And I'm like this, just observing, because outside, Ing will tell you this. I observe everything. That's just how it just. I watch everything, and I see his mother walks through the front door, just walks through, and of course, we know what Miss Felicia looks like, and we're like, that's his mom. And Lamar, I'm not lying to you, shows up from the back. And he didn't even walk towards us. I lie to you not. Lamar took 1 step, and then he just floated like this. And I'm dead serious with you. It was like a light, because they have a stage, like a little small stage with microphones on the front. The light hit his braids on the top. And I'm dead serious. He floated towards us just like this. Hallelujah. 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 And I swear, I'm looking at him like, Ing, is he floating? And Ing is looking at me like, maybe. His feet are not touching the ground. Yo! But no, and he walked, and then he comes to us, and he's like, yo, Nitro! Finally, we can be face to face. So I'm like, come here. Give me a hug. Oh! No, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's good, bro? You know what I'm saying? It's all love, you know what I mean? And he was just showing nothing but love. He meets Ing, showing Ing love, and we're just sitting there. Now we're just talking. This is all off the record stuff. We're just talking, vibing. Listen, how he portrays himself is how he is. I'm telling y'all. He is so calm, so collected, chill as can be. And we're having amazing conversation, laughing like how I would laugh with somebody else, just laughing, talking. And then, I'm like, hey, man, I'm glad we got to meet you, bro. We had a great time, shooting here. It was fun. And he looks at me. He looks me dead square in the face, and he goes, you're not going to interview me? And I'm like, bro, my soul woke up immediately when he said it. I was just like, oh! And Ing's eyes kind of got big. So I'm sitting there like, come again, say what? You know what I mean? He's like, you're not going to interview me? So Ing's eyes go, and he looks at him, and he looks at me. And Ing looks at him, and he looks at me. And then Ing just hits me on the side like, hey, man, put your stuff back up. Let's get this thing go. And we start putting everything together back. And Lamar, listen, putting everything together, we started having more technical difficulties. The camera wouldn't link to the system. the the sound system with the microphone wouldn't connect, and Lamar sat there patient, absolutely patient, absolutely patient. And I'm telling him, I'm sorry, man. This thing's acting up. He's like, you good, man, you good. And him and Ing are just chopping it up while I'm sitting there fighting with the electronics. Bro, I shook the mess out of my laptop. I looked at my laptop and I said, you better work. Oh. You better work. Yo. And finally, everything came. It's like one flash. Everything just click, 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 click. And I was like, we're good. So we started shooting. He was candid. And, you know, he answered. We laughed. It was so funny because it was weird because, you know, Ing's energy and my energy are different. Ing is more cool. I'm a little more exuberant. And there was times in the episode where, you know, I'm just going to be me. I got to be me, you know. And I'd watch them both laugh. And they're like trying to hold it in like, and bro, and Lamar would look down like, and I could hear him breathe like, because of the way it was, and we had one mic, because mind you, we didn't know he was going to be there. I had to use the mic as an omnidirectional. So it was just, you know, we made the best of the situation, the best of what we could do. You know what I mean? And the mic, everything, and he's sitting there, he's laughing. Like every time he wants to laugh, he puts his head down, and I can hear him dig, and then he'll look back up and he'll be calm. But even like one of the, I cracked a joke with about the Brady thing, the Brady age, and Lamar, he started kikiing, and he couldn't hold it in, and Ing couldn't hold it in. And let me tell you something right now, that those moments are the moments, God, like, I'll never, ever forget. Because it was surreal. I mean, I'm with Ing Raven. I mean, one of the biggest Raven content creators out there. Now, mind you, everybody that watched the show before knows I cover basketball, I cover football, but my favorite team, of course, is the Ravens. My favorite football player is, you know, Lamar. And then when we cover basketball, some of my favorite basketball players are Westbrook and Giannis Antetokounmpo. So I cover other things, but Ing is strictly Ravens. And he's one of the biggest content creators for Raven material out there. And I'm chopping it up with this dude. Like, I'm chopping it up with Ing Raven, no problems. Having fun, candid, and on top of it, I'm chopping it up with the 2019 MVP, Lamar Jackson. And being around him, I can honestly, listen, y'all might not know, he invited us out for the fun day again, so I'm probably going to see him again in July. But man, bro, I was so happy that his attitude and stuff didn't turn me off. It makes me even more happy at the person that he is. Because you can separate the football player from the person. You understand where I'm coming from? And as a person, he's an amazing person. Like, even the way he was talking to us, like off cam, about, you know, faith, family, you know, kids, how you have to be a role model, how you want to try to guide them, how you got to pray through things, how you got to pray even when things are going bad, when you got to trust God. I was sitting there like, bro. And that's when I told him, I said, one of the biggest reasons I'm such a supporter of him is because he represents something bigger. Sometimes in life, the light that individuals have can cut through the darkness and the smudge and the smog of evilness, of doubt, that covers a lot of people's light, other people's light, young people's light. And the light that he makes can illuminate their paths for moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Bettering themselves, seeing a better way, not succumbing to temptations around them. Those little tidbits to me mean more than anything. And meeting him, talking to him, You felt it. And, I was cleaning up after the vid and everything else. We were cleaning up everything. He stayed right next to us the entire time, talking, laughing, all the way up until they closed. Because we were trying to rush, you know what I mean? Because they, time's up. They got to close the restaurant. And we even stayed a little after, and we're just getting everything. And he made sure he stayed until we left. So I want to say this for all of you guys. To Lamar Jackson, thank you. Thank you. Because you didn't have to do not a darn thing. You really didn't. He didn't, but he did. He did. And even after doing all that stuff, he hit me up again. He retweeted the clips. He liked the content that was coming out. And yes, and I truly do mean this, Play Action Soul Food, the food is absolutely amazing. I brought home I swear, I brought home their banana pudding, right? Because it was already late. I only got to eat my one turkey wing with some rice, and I brought the rest home. Of course, I got to bring a plate home for the wife. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that. And my friend came over to chop it up with me to talk about what had happened. He was like, man, I'm so happy for you. And I said, yeah, I still got some of the I didn't even eat the dessert. It's in the fridge. For real, what is it? I was like, banana pudding. Oh, for real? You mind if I taste it? I was like, yeah, no, you can taste it. And he took one scoop, put it in his mouth. Yeah, bro, I'm taking this home. And I was like, you serious? He's like, yeah, I want it. So we ended up taking the rest of the banana pudding home and sharing it with his wife. And they even said they're going down there. Hey, we're going down there, bro. We got to get some of that. That's fire. And that's just the dessert. So shout outs to Play Action. But during this whole thing, I'm the most blessed guy in the world right now. Because working with Ing Raven, working with Lamar, being at his business Play Action, and I was dog tired, and I'm telling you, I'm driving back home in the dead of night, 3 hours away from home, you know what I'm saying? You're exhausted, and all the adrenaline is rushed to my head. I mean, my brain, I have a headache. This side's like, my head side's like, back of the head's like, my throat's even like, because my throat's sore from all the screaming and laughing. But it worked out, though. And it was an amazing opportunity, an amazing memory, and I got to share it with you guys, too. So thank you. And if you have not, listen, I'm telling y'all what, man, if you have not already, go watch it. It's amazing. The candidness of the questions and the answers are genuine. And I honestly don't think you're going to get that anywhere else, because everywhere else he has pretty much a shield up. He does. And you didn't get that in this. You didn't get none of that. He was just free. And I'm glad and happy and blessed that I could have been a part of that. So once again, thank you all for watching. That's another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Hey, yo, listen, if you have not already done so, to anybody new watching the channel, thank you for watching. You know what I'm saying? We get a little crazy over here, but everything we say, we deal in truth and facts. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I love your guys' comments. I want to hear what you guys got to say during the, I got to still respond to a crap load of comments from the previous interview video, because my phone overheated during Twitter and everything, because it kept going ding, 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 ding. So, you know what I mean? So, I got a lot of comments to respond to. So if you're new, please do remember, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you would like to donate to the channel, you know what I mean, to help, you know, for the equipment and stuff, make donations, because that's where all this money goes to, more equipment, better stuff, and everything else. At the bottom of the screen is a QR code for a Cash App, okay? The Cash App is in the description of every video that we do, and the name of it is $The Wunderkind Show. Also available now is the Patreon, okay? And if you want to become a patron, what do you get? You get questions from subscribers, You get fantasy football. You get contests for free merch. And you get access to the Wunderkind Discord. So go there, and actually have to get into I was so busy this week. I had a couple people join the Discord, and I couldn't even congratulate them for doing it because I was so busy giving you guys the best content that I can give. But once again, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for watching. So, once again, this is The Wunderkind Show. This is your host, Nitro, signing off. And as always, you guys knows my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Yep.